Hi everyone, so today for our English lesson we are going to be focusing on grammar. So I am on page 92 of our Starlight book, so if you would like to have that open there and looking at the green grammar section, section E, you can follow along as I go through it. So we are going to be looking at the plural of nouns today. So as we know, nouns are naming words. So a car, a bus, a baby, anything that names something is a noun, as you already know. So to make most nouns a plural, you just add your S. So most words, we just add an S and that makes it a plural. So examples there, a car would become cars, horse, horses, bull becomes bulls. So you just add your S. So there are some exceptions to that. So let's have a look at those now. If the noun already ends in an S, or if it ends in an X, a CH, or an SH, then you must add an ES. So for example, bus becomes buses, fox would become foxes, and watch would become watches. So you can't just add an S to those ones, you have to add an ES. The other exception is when the noun ends in a consonant plus a Y. So a consonant is a letter that is not a vowel. So any letter that's not A, E, I, O, or U is a consonant. So what you have to do there is you have to replace the Y with an IE and add an S. So it sounds pretty complicated, but I'm sure you already know it and write it all the time. So baby, so B-A-B-Y, becomes babies with an IES. So I had to take the Y away there, replace it with the IE, and then put on the S. So it becomes babies. So you can't just add your S to the Y, you have to change the Y to the IE. And it's the same with party. So P-A-R-T-Y, you would have to take away the Y, change it to your IE, and then add your S. So party, the plural, would be parties with the IES. So you can't say P-A-R-T-Y-S. You have to take away the Y and add your IE, and then you can add your S. Okay, so just three main rules there. So most of the time you're just going to be adding your S. But if the word does end in S, X, CH, or SH, then you must add your ES. And sometimes if you have your consonant plus your Y, you must take away the Y, add your IE, and then add your S. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the exercises. So write the sentences turning the underlined singular nouns into plurals. Okay, so look, you don't have to write out the full sentence, just write out the word that's underlined and put it into the plural. So we took the sick cat to see the vet. So I'm looking at the word cat and I'm looking at the word vet. Now, none of those end in S, X, CH, or SH, and there's no Y or anything, so I can just stick to my usual rule of adding the S. So that would become, we took the sick cats to see the vets. Okay, so pretty easy there, just sticking to the normal, adding your S. So number 2, the girl ate the apple from the tree. So I'm looking at girl, apple, and tree. So girl doesn't have a Y, doesn't have any of the other ones, so I can just add my usual S. The same with apple and the same with tree. So the girls ate the apples from the trees. Okay, so I think you'd be well able to do the other ones on your own. So there are a few there now that end in X. I can see one that ends in S. There's one that ends in SH as well. And in number 4, you've got boy. But remember, there is a vowel before that Y. So I don't have to worry about IE there. It's only if it was a consonant. So boy can just become boys. But in number 5, the word family, that does end in Y and L is a consonant. So I would have to go to the IE for that one. Okay, so as I said, you do not need to write out the full sentences, just write out the words in their plurals and looking out for words that end in S, X, CH, or SH because they are going to get the ES, and looking out for words that have a consonant followed by a Y. So remember, if it's a vowel, it doesn't matter, it's only if it's a consonant. So then we are going to go on to the second section. Write the plurals of each of these nouns. So the words in the little coloured box there. So let's have a look at these. Berry. So berry, I can see it ends in a Y And yes, there is a consonant before it. So that means I'm going to have to change my Y to IE and then add an S. So berry would become berries, BERRIES. Okay, so I'll help you with that one. But the other ones you should be able to try yourself. So I can see here, rush ends in my SH, so that's going to be a bit different. School should be okay. Box, the X was a bit different. Bat should be fine. Bunch, the CH was a different one. Mess, yeah, that ends in S, so be careful with that one. And spy is another Y with the consonant. So all I want you to do for those ones in the coloured box is just write out the plural. You don't need to write out these words, just write the plural of them. If you'd like, you can do the star extra question. Find 2 plural nouns in the wind and use each one in a sentence. So you want to go back to the poem The Wind and find 2 plural nouns and add them into a sentence. So I can see one here, hats. So it is obviously a plural of hat. So you could use that in a sentence there, hats. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to write out the first section and the second into your English copies. Take a picture of it and add it as a response to this. Okay, again, if you have any problems or you need any help, just let me know.